What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be your review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 6, Episode 13. Look, this review going to be real quick because I don't think I cared about nothing that happened in this episode. We start this episode off where we left off last week. We're at Paris in Zelle's apartment. Tia Marie shows up. Now look, this lets you know how much I didn't care about what was going on with Tia Marie. I ain't know nothing about this DUI. I knew about her with the whole 50 Cent situation. I did not know nothing about her getting a DUI, running over the median, riding on 3 wheels. Look, that's drunk. That is, do you know how drunk you have to be to hit a median and then ride for a couple of miles on 3 wheels? How does a car even move on 3 wheels? Can y'all explain? How does that happen? Physically, how does it happen that a car can roll for a couple of miles on 3 wheels? And, of course, she's saying that this is the last time. This was her wake-up call. And Paris and Zelle are doing right. They're telling her, look, whatever. What you saying doesn't matter because you keep saying it. But here's what happens. She's an addict. She is an addict. And that is what happens with addicts. Addicts always think this is the last time. And this is going to be it. And I've learned my lesson. And I get it. And I understand. But she doesn't. She is an addict. And until she really, truly, for herself, hits her own personal rock bottom, nothing's going to change. But the good news is that she's staying with them for a couple of weeks till her apartment's ready. She said she had been in New York working on new music, but now she's in LA to try to beat the case. I mean, she caught the case in New York, so I don't know how going to LA. I don't know. But neither here nor there. You know, they're like, they gave her some tough love and they told her what she needed to hear and not what she wanted to hear. And we know that Tia, but now she looks good though. She looks like she's lost some weight. Her face isn't as round and bloated as it was. And I'm sure that was the alcohol. Honey. But she looks good. And right now she's saying she's sober. So, hey, good for you. All right. Yo-Yo. I love Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo, I love you, girl. I do. But this scene was a bit much. You was giving me some overacting 101. You were doing a lot in this scene, Yo-Yo. You were doing a lot. And basically, it was her confronting her daughter about her daughter's attitude. And, child, her daughter was paying her dust. Do you hear me? Her daughter was like, well, I just don't understand why you have to be so excited all the time. You just stress yourself out. It just doesn't make sense. And Yo-Yo was like, because you don't understand what I'm going through. And I was like, Yo-Yo, for real? You are giving me overacting 101. But basically what Yo-Yo was saying is, look, I come home sometime, I'm stressed out, I'm in a bad mood, I got a lot going on. Because basically, I got the weight of the world on my shoulders because I got to figure out and make sure that the bills are getting paid. And sometimes if I come home and I'm in a bad mood, just let me be in my bad mood. If you feel like I'm stressed out, just let me deal with what I have to deal with because my brain is moving and I'm trying to figure out how to make all of this work. And her daughter was like, well, I appreciate you explaining that to me. And Yo-Yo was like, because you never listened before. Now that you pregnant, you gotta I was like, Yo-Yo, what are you doing? Anyway, honey, it was a lot. But I guess that was their moment to clear the air, and they hugged it out. Okay. And let me just go on and get this out the way. So then Yo-Yo had a meeting with Apple. Remember she said she was working on something for Apple. Apple wants to do a clothing line, a shoe line. She has a friend of hers who I guess is in the industry that could maybe hook Apple up with getting a shoe line launched. Apple blew up the first meeting because she said she forgot. And, you know, Yo-Yo was like, I really like Apple and I really want to see Apple win. But, you know, Apple's going to have to really, you know, kind of come better. So then she says, then they met with the guy, and the guy started pulling up Apple's social media. And, you know, he's showing her online cursing and cussing, and I don't give a F about this, and I don't give a F about that, and, you know, all of that. And Apple was like, I mean, yeah, that's who I am. Like, I'm just real. I'm just raw. That's what I am. But I mean, what does my IG have to do with, what my IG got to do with, doing this? I mean, it ain't stopped Cardi, but when it's Apple, it's a problem. This is what I need people to understand about Cardi B. There are times in life for some people where the stars align at the right time, at the right place, around the right people. And it won't work for anybody else. Cardi B is that person. For whatever reason, Cardi B's personality met the right people at the right time. She was able to take advantage of it in the right way. And it's like lightning in a bottle. You cannot mimic it. You cannot imitate it. You cannot duplicate it. It just is what it is. Yes, Cardi B started her career being a fool on Instagram. Yes, she did reality TV. Yes, it took her into that next place. And then she just hit the stratosphere. But that cannot be duplicated. And anybody that's going to try to duplicate what Cardi B did is going to fail. But at the end of the day, Cardi B was being authentically Cardi B. Apple, you were authentically being you, but there's a nastiness to what you have going on. Cardi B, now when she get pissed off, she can go there. But that's not where she starts. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B don't start nasty. Apple, you have a chip on your shoulder and you need to work on that. And the guy basically said, look, honestly, for me right now, it's a no. And what I don't want to happen is I don't want to feel like I can't work with Yo-Yo in the future because of you. And Yo-Yo was like, I feel bad for Apple because I love Apple. I really like her. And I don't want her to stop being who she is. But on the flip side, she's got to learn how to finesse the business. And, you know, she said and the reason why she's so enamored by Apple is because that's who she was. She said, I was that way. I thought I could say whatever I wanted to say to anybody. And I didn't have to, you know, I could talk to people any old kind of way. And I had to learn the hard way that, you know, you got to finesse certain things. And there are times when you just be who you are. But then there are times when you have to you got to finesse it. You can't just always be raw. Then we see... Then we see Fizz in April. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with Fizz in April. He took her to a house, asked her to move in with him. She said, at first she was like, it's a lot. Then she started talking about how much of a friend he was to her. And she started talking about what he meant to her and what he did for her. And she's crying and she's getting upset. And she's going off about how, you know, you were there for me when nobody else was there for me. The same shit they've been saying for the last however many weeks. And then at the end she said, you know what? This is a big step, but all right, I'll do it. So they go moving together. I can't. We know Zell was feeling some kind of way about the whole April situation. And he even said last week what he was going to do. And that's what he did. He went down to Jason Lee, honey. And he sold the information to Jason Lee. Because he took the tea to Jason Lee. And Jason Lee was like, well, what is it that you need from me? And he was like, look, rent due. And Jason Lee was like, oh, okay, all right, I got you. All right. So I don't know what the agreed upon price was. But basically... he sold those pictures in that video to Jason Lee for him to put in Hollywood Unlocked. Okay. Let's go on and get Ray J and Princess out the way. So Paris runs into Princess down to the store. And Princess then went from, we did not know that Princess was pregnant to Princess being 6 months pregnant. Like, belly out to here. And I was like, what? So, I guess over the months of this being filmed, I guess she was hiding it at first, and then now she just whatever. But we see her and Paris talking, and she's telling Paris about it, and she said basically they kept it under wraps because of everything that went down the last time with people saying that, you know, Brandy was her surrogate and all this other stuff. And then just the stress from being Princess was having a hard time conceiving the first time. But everybody's happy. She said she's forgiving Ray J. Paris was like, well, look, he was really about business. When he was in Vegas, he wasn't there on no joke time. He was really there on business. And, Paris was like, Princess was like, look, I don't care. At the end of the day, we agreed to have this baby together, and Ray J been MIA. Now, Ray, she said, but, he wants to make it up to me with another photo shoot because he ruined the last one. Now, on Ray J's end, he said that's why he been grinding so hard. Like, look, we got another baby coming. That is why I've been out here grinding because, hey, the bills gonna still keep coming. So they have the other photo shoot in the bathing suit in the water, which I've seen pictures from both photo shoots, and they're really cute. And she tells him, she's like, look, I just need you to understand that I'm not trying to be no single parent. Like, I understand you have to work. I understand the bills got to get paid. But at the end of the day, you have to figure out a way to balance it. And he apologized for coming in on 20. Because remember, I told y'all, he was a real nasty when he showed up for that first photo shoot. So she apologized. He apologized for showing up on 20. And, all of that good stuff. And then he told her about the tour with Immature. And she was like, okay. He said, well, we're going to do the show. And if the show goes well, we're going on tour. And she was just like, okay. So what does that mean for Melody? Like for me and Melody. And he basically said, look, y'all can come on tour with me. I'll make sure y'all have your own dressing room. So if the people want to smoke weed or they want to do whatever. He added in the areas where it's legal. Okay. But he said if people want to smoke weed or do whatever, we can do that somewhere else. But you guys will have your own area. Melody's going to have her own headphones and all that good stuff. So, now what I saw today, either today or yesterday, he's actually leaving the tour to focus on Princess and the baby. Because I'm sure at this point she's due any day now. And so he actually is leaving the tour. So he can be home for the birth of the baby and all that good stuff. I hope it's not more to it. I hope it's not like that she's having any type of physical problems with the pregnancy. I hope not. So, I want to make sure that's everything before we get to the is that everything before we get to the last piece of this? Because I'm telling y'all, this. Anyway. So, I think it is. All right. So, Mickey Monday is having a listening party / pajama party down to the Wheels place, the skate place. The place that everybody in LA have a skate party when they decide to have a skate party. Anyway. Well, at that moment is the before they went there, Jason dropped the Hollywood Unleashed piece of it. So, of course, everybody's at this party. Tia Marie is there with Zell and, Paris and everybody there. Daggone it. And so, of course, now they want to have a conversation about the pictures dropping. Everybody know those are the pictures that Zell had. Everybody know where Jason Lee got this information from. Because, and everybody said, we knew what was going on. Nobody was surprised by it. But, of course, Moniece is there with Mr. Ray. And everybody's waiting for the reaction from Moniece. And Moniece's thing was, I knew what was going on. All I was just saying was, why did you have to lie about it? Like, y'all told me there wasn't nothing going on. Why lie about it? I'm sorry. But why lie about it? Like, you try to sell me this bag of goods or whatever they said, that nothing was going on, and we clearly see that something was going on. And so Moniece was kind of going off, but she didn't really blow like everybody expected her to blow, I guess. And then she tried to roll up. April was like, I knew Zell did it. It was whack. Zell is whack. And basically both of them are saying that their friendship is over because Zell's saying that she was fake because all she had to do was be 100 with them. But my thing is, yes, the whole situation is messy, but they don't owe it to nobody to tell nobody their business. Like, they really don't. And Fizz even said it. He said, look, I'm a private person. It was my business. I don't have to tell nobody nothing. And when Moniece tried to talk to him, he walked right by her and paid her dust. He was like, look, the only conversation I need to have with Moniece are dealing with my child. If it ain't about Cam, we don't need to have to talk about it. And Moniece's thing was, well, he said, because all she want to do is cause problems in my relationship. And now, that's it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and have this conversation with her. And honestly, y'all, that's it. I don't have no more for this. I'm over the Fizz April storyline. I'm over the Moniz piece of the storyline. I'm over all of it. They together. Probably been together for a minute. They probably decided to keep it. They probably decided to keep it under wraps until the tour was over, and they figured out a way they could make money on top of it. Let Mona Scott do the video. Expose our relationship, and we can make some money off of it. That's it. They're gonna break up in between this season and next season. They're gonna break up, and that's what's gonna be the storyline for next season. Either that, or they're gonna be getting married. It's one of the two. Either they're gonna be getting married next season, or they're gonna be broken up next season. That's it. Let me know what y'all think. Peace.